Hi everyone, Joe here, and here we go with Christmas 2017. This is going to be part 1 in my series. It is October 10th, and I am just about to get started in some inconspicuous places, like the bedrooms, where people don't see because I'm fully decorated for fall downstairs, but I have to get started because I have so much to do, and I'll quickly fall behind if I don't work on some of this quickly. So today I'm planning to start in what we call the red bedroom, and this year I'm choosing to do the rustic theme in there. So as you can see, here are my bins. I'm going through them. I have everything labeled so that I know exactly where everything is, and then I have like a little pad where I have it also written down so I can check through, and I can go straight for those bins. Alright, so let's get started. Here we go, Christmas 2017. Okay, so here we are in what we call the red bedroom, and what I've done so far is I put on these green sheets in addition to the red sheets, so that the bed becomes Christmassy looking. So you see, what I did here was the fitted sheet, obviously, and then this sheet, and then I put this hunter green sheet on top of that. Then I took the fitted sheet from the hunter green sheet and I put it on the box spring, which is right there, and then I have the red skirt on the bottom, and then this spread that we had has the green, and it has some gold in it. It does have burgundy in it, but I kind of hid it. So the first thing I think I'm going to do is I'm going to move this chair, which is my grandmother's chair, and that's why it's a sentimental chair. Otherwise, I think I would have gotten rid of that a long time ago, but it reminds me of my grandmother. I mean, many things do, but that was one piece of her furniture. And that's what was the inspiration for making this room red. And I'm going to move that chair over to the other side, and let's see where it goes from there. Okay, so as you can see, I moved the chair over into the opposite corner to where it was. And I put the tree together. Now this is an inexpensive tree. It's kind of like a Walmart tree. And I'm going to show you that you don't have to spend a lot of money in order to make something look nice. This was, let's see, this is about a 7-foot tree, and it's pre-lit. And because I want it to look old-fashioned, I'm not going to add any more lights than what is on this tree. I'm talking about the mini lights. Because remember, this is rustic, and I want to give it an old-fashioned kind of look. What I am going to add is these lights, which I just bought in Walmart. They were, I believe, $6.98, and I think they're going to give the tree a really old-fashioned kind of a look. So, inexpensive tree, pre-lit, and these lights. All right, so I'm going to put these on, and then I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so there you go. So this is really easy to do. I kind of just laid them out first where I wanted them to go, and then I just locked them in. They have these little clips on the edge of the lights. These are actually LED lights. They're not, and the colors aren't showing up. On the video, they look like they're all the same color, but they're multicolor, and they really give a really old-fashioned look. So it's an LED light, but with a plastic big covering on it to make it look like the old-fashioned lights. So I only put 50 on there, so there's 50 of them. Let me get back, and maybe you'll see it a little bit better. Okay, so next I'm going to get the decorations out, and I'll lay those out so we can take a look at them before I put them on the tree. So here is most of the ornaments for the rustic tree. And what I do is I use these picks here. It fills in the tree. It gives it a more like woodland kind of a look. And I also add in these white, there's like styrofoam berries, but they give it kind of a snowy look to the tree. Now, in the past I've used a lot of burlap, And this year I don't think I'm going to use as much. Just like it darkens the tree so much. But I do have burlap ornaments, which I got these, and I'm sure a lot of you recognize those from the Dollar Tree. And then these I made. I took a flannel shirt and I got the wreath from I think it was a dollar store too. And I just wrapped my flannel shirt around there, and I put some raffia up on the top of it. This is an old ornament. It reminded me of an old sled. And then what I did, I went searching through the stuff that we had in order to look for things that I thought would fit this tree. Like this kind of ornament here. It's made out of the grapevine, and then the Santa on it is kind of like paper mache. And then we have a bunch of birds over here. I have these Santas, these group of Santas, and you see they're all in flannels and whatnot, and I think they have a woodlands and rustic kind of a feel. We have a lot of cardinals. We have box cardinals in there, grapevine, pine cones, of course. These Santas, which I don't remember where we got these. These are old, and you see it's a grapevine wreath, and then it has Santas, but again, they have that rustic kind of a look. These were actually, my grandmother made these skates, and you see she used the paper clip for the bottom of the ice skate. I believe Mary Ann's mother made this little booty right here. And then we have other things that were done by my grandmother and as well as Mary Ann's mother. These little animals right here. These, which again reminded me of something rustic and old. These were actually glass balls, and what I did was I took paper toweling and I just like decoupaged it onto here. And then I just put a little bit of stain on it to give it a little bit darker brown. And then I tied some raffia on the top. And then these are plastic, and what they do is they will allow the tree to reflect some light, because a lot of this stuff is not reflective. It's very dark. There's not a lot of glitter on it and whatnot. Again, we want to have that woodlands look, but at the same time, I like that little bit of glitter to catch your eye, which that kind of does. Alright, so I'm going to start putting these things onto the tree, and I'll update you really soon. Probably I'm going to start on the topper first. So for the topper, what I chose to do was I put in some white branches. You can see them in the back to give it like a more natural kind of a look. And then I put in these cattails up on the top, because remember it's going with a woodland rustic kind of a look, so I thought those were appropriate, and I had them. And then I put in some of the white berries, and then this actually was the base to a candle, but the glass jar that the candle went in broke, so I had this, so I figured, well, it looks a little bit frozen, and it is in the shape of a wreath. And I had this little card here, which of the Holy Family, which reminds me of a card that my next door neighbor used to give me every Christmas for my birthday, because my birthday is near Christmas. And she would send a card over. It would always be a round card for me to hang on the tree. So that reminded me of something old-fashioned, and that's why that is there, besides the symbolic reason, obviously. Okay, let me move on. So the next thing on will be these picks, and what I'm actually doing is, as you can see, I took a branch of the tree right here, and I wrap it in to secure it, and I'm going to make them kind of hang out of the tree, kind of like they don't care, right? So let me do that. Alright, so I placed these where I think I wanted them. They are in a pattern, but I don't think it's really that obvious to the eye when you see it, but so you can see it kind of just it expands the tree, and it gives it more of a woodsy kind of look. Let me shut the light. Okay, so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, so I placed them in there, and then I pulled them downward. right? Because it's the winter, and that's how they would kind of look if they were icy, all right? I think next I'm going to put some ornaments on before I put those little white berries in. I put these amber bulbs on. See, I put them inside the tree to pick up some light and be reflective outside, and I put some on the outside, but mostly they're on the inside. The best designed tree is multi-dimensional in that you're not going to just things all laying next to one another. You want to have things that are behind and within, but without really covering anything up, but it all adds up and it accumulates up into that final picture that you want to present of your tree. Okay, so next is some of the other ornaments. The next thing I did was I had this ribbon right here. I've had it for a really long time, and I decided to add it into the tree just to give it some old-fashioned flair and to pick up the color red in the room. So what I did was I started it here. You say just cut it on an angle. I brought it up to here. I used the branch to tighten it, and then I just let it cascade down into here, and then I put another branch there, and then I cut it on an angle here, and then I tucked it and I twisted it the way I wanted, and I did pieces like that all around the tree. Okay, so you can see that from here. Okay? Alright, let me move on. Alright, so I finished the tree, but I'm going to show that to you at the end, but I wanted to show you here what I did was I got a burlap bag and I cut it open, and then I cut it round so that I could make my tree skirt. And I'm just going to show you a couple of things that I'm going to put under the tree and around. We have this great woodland Santa here that my sister-in-law gave this to me as a present one year. And brown paper packages. I just took shopping bags and I wrapped these boxes and put some string. Brown paper packages tied up with string, the song. Birdhouse. This, every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings from, that's, we all know that from It's a Wonderful Life. This plaque, which is from the Dollar Tree, I think, last year. This woodland Santa, who's actually made out of a birch tree. It's really, really nice and heavy. That old-fashioned little rocking horse. This woodland Santa, this tracking Santa, he's with his tracking shoes on and whatnot. And I have more stuff which I'm still taking out, but I wanted to share that with you before I put it in its place. Okay, so here we go to the Red Room 2017. Let me show you around the room. Little book with red glasses for Santa to see when he stops over. Nice furry throw. Rustic touches wherever I could do it. Some burlap, some birds, raffia, grapevine, that antique horse, and he's really antique. That horse is very, very old. Older than me. Here's Ice Skating Barbie. I know she's Victorian, but I wanted to put her in here. She had the right colors. This great Santa right here. Take a look at him. He has that big, furry, fuzzy beard and a coat that is like a flannel shirt. He is absolutely great. I always loved him. Marianne got me him a while back, and I've always loved him. And the tree, all finished now. I kind of left you hanging before. Here we are with some of these ornaments. Remember, I tried to, this is rustic or woodland, so the crocheted ice skates, the burlap snowflakes, the Santas with the flannel, these great picks that pick up a little bit of light, the white berries, and lots of birds. Lots and lots of birds. Cardinals and other types of birds. And then down at the bottom, the Woodland Santa. Brown paper packages tied up with string. A birdhouse. Even a burlap bag of Colombian coffee. And here on the dresser, I made this vignette using this centerpiece with the ducks and the big beautiful pine cones, and our woodland Santa made out of a birch tree, and our other trapper Santa, and a nice comfy chair to relax and take a look at the tree. Look at this old-fashioned Santa here on this retro phone right next to a retro phone. So, this is my first room and first in my series for 2017. I hope you're going to stick around for all of them. There's going to be a lot of them. I couldn't tell you how many. I have a lot of trees to put up and a lot of Christmas decorations to do. And I'm hoping that everybody will join me on this trip through my decorations for Christmas 2017. Okay, everybody. See you really soon. Don't forget, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my series. Give me a thumbs up if you think it's worth it. And I always love hearing from you, so I'd love hearing or getting a comment from you. Okay, everybody, take care. See you soon.